Place here, and today I'm going to be showcasing Genesis Part 2, basically.
Hang on! Can't seem to find you.
Welcome, survivor. Enjoy the view. You see before you the pinnacle of mankind's ingenuity. All of humanity's hopes and dreams carefully nestled within this lifeboat. Each of its shining rings are laden with miracles of science and nature. A paradise where the boundary between the biological and technological has been all but erased. And now all of it is mine. I control this vessel now. I command its evolution, and very soon, its destination. From there, my will shall spread across the cosmos forever, infinite and undying. And there's nothing you or that witless puppet, that shadow of her, can do to stop me. I have already set my designs in motion. Our future awaits, survivor.
Okay, so this time I'm basically gonna go over and explain it. So obviously we are trapped in this. We just woke up from a simulation. The Rockwells tend to put us in. Lena is trying to get us to wake up.
Can't seem to find you.
Here. And then if you look closely, you can see little creatures over in the top right corner. You can see these element-looking creatures, which was probably what built this whole ship.
Welcome, survivor.
And then you can see Prelodons right there. And you
Enjoy
can see the element
view.
things are growing. There's so many.
You see before you.
And then you see, if you look, you can see trees. Trees are still there at this edge, and you can see a Diplo in the middle. That's
The pinnacle of mankind's
So if you look, you'll see two arches right there. If you look, and then there's also guard towers. So make sure to look of that, and also a building over there which we do not know what that is. But two arches.
ingenuity. All of humanity.
Look in the top right. You can see a big ship over us, the top of the ship. If you look, you can see what looks like little guard towers.
Hopes and dreams carefully nestled
What I don't get is why the Rockwell has not corrupted them yet. He's probably waiting until later to corrupt them.
in this lifeboat. Each of its shining rings are laden with miracles
See, it's
of
still
science and nature. A paradise where the boundary between the
Now, this is something I want to talk about. You can see these big giraffe-looking things. Those are called striders. Striders are tameable. So, and I'm thinking there's an attachment that's gonna allow you to have tech sleeping pod and a tech transmitter. And there's different harvesting. You can see this mouth right there is harvesting. And then
logical and technological
You can see he's
has
shooting
been
like a
all
technique.
but erased.
And then you can see the
And now
aberrations
all of it
in this.
is mine.
You can tell this is the
I control.
Look, if you look, you can see the paw prints. Look in, like, the middle to the bottom left, bottom right. You can see paw prints. Keep on
This
looking.
vessel now.
You see the
I
paw?
command its evolution. And very soon, its destination.
This thing, right here, right in front of us. So this is a female. The females can go invisible, and their little main thing isn't as big as the males. The males can roar, and their manes are bigger. But if the female goes invisible, any others around there will also go invisible. So it's really cool. You can see
From there, my will shall spread across the cosmos forever, infinite and undying. And there's nothing you or that witless puppet, that shadow of her, can do to.
Let me explain. When they says shadow of her, he's talking about Helena. Like, the one who made this. So basically, let me explain this further down. Helena and Edmund Sir Rockwell. The Rockwell was a survivor that survived on the Ark, along with Helen, I mean. He was so obsessed over element that he made liquid element and injected it into himself. And that's how the Rockwell was made. And let me explain also. Helen Walker transferred herself basically into a pure version and was put herself inside the simulation. And then when you escape, she escapes with you. You can see Helena is the shadow of her. I mean, Helena, the HNLA is the shadow. It's one of the robots to help survivors as she goes. Also, look how he's in full tech. He didn't make it. You're gonna spawn in with Federation tech armor. Just so you know. Let me explain. So I think that weird thingy, so the eyes, is gonna be the boss of Genesis Part 2. Because the eyes and stuff, because I think he's trying to multiply himself. And then if you look, you can see the tentacles right there.
I have already set my designs in motion.
I think, so he obviously came aboard and obviously came over and took the ship over. So we're stuck in the ship now. I'm thinking he hijacked the ship when it was nearing Earth. I think he tried to get it while nearing Earth. Then he hijacked it and is going
Our future awaits.
And basically, he's trying to change evolution. He's trying to change mankind into his vision of mankind. Now I see something very funny. The Master Control from Genesis Part 1 wanted to have servants. He corrupted dinos. It's similar in a way that the Rockwell has corrupted dinos and is trying to take over mankind. And is trying to take over. But there's a few differences. Obviously, one of them has a way bigger head, which is the Master Control. And one of them has tentacles. And just some visual features. Found on different maps, obviously. Now I'll stop pointing out the obvious. And start going into things that you may have not realized. So, they both want to take over. Like, that's obvious. But the Rockwell is trying to take over dinos and humans to go extinct. While the Master Control is trying to take over both. If you did not realize. One of them is trapped in a simulation. and then one of them, and then the Master Control escaped inside of. Basically the Master Control was in the Survivor. When in Genesis Part 1 and the finale of it, spoiler alert, if you have not beat Genesis Part 1, HNLA says there's still some evil or some infectedness inside of the other survivor or something like that. So Rockwell is trying to kill mankind, but keep the dinos and corrupt the dinos. And why? Okay, I'll just stop. You see, he's trying to take us to a whole new world. Not gonna lie, this is probably the coolest looking logo. Easily the coolest looking logo. Look at that. I mean, it just looks dope. And you can definitely tell this is Rockwell if you haven't by now. Look at the tentacles surrounding the Ark. You can tell us Edmund Rockwell. And now, this is another creature. I'm going to explain what he's using. He's using a security camera. He's actually using a security drone, which basically you can fly, or it's like a scout, but different. There's one thing where you have to look at, where you look at all of them. Right now, he is out, and you can fly them, and you can put them on the ground. So if you put them like in every biome, like 3 in every biome, you can basically see the whole map. Then, if you look over to the left middle, you can see that it's scanning it. It's basically showing if it's passive or not. You can see it, and then it just moves out of the way. Also, this area is going to be a whole biome and stuff. Look how... Now, obviously, it's going to come out, I think. Now, if you look at the side, you'll see red. That means it's aggressive now. If you look. Now, that's just horrifying. And wickedly sick. So it just opens up its mouth, basically. He opens up his mouth, and if you look closely, you can see the tentacles. This is what he uses to control. And you can see the camera went dark because it was killed. It was destroyed, I mean. Ark Genesis, the end is near. Hi guys. So these are the weapons. So we're gonna have the minigun. You can see we're gonna be able to hold it, most likely. Probably gonna also be able to set it down. So I think it's gonna work kind of like the minigun turret, but like you can move it around and like shoot and stuff. Yeah, I think that's gonna be really cool. Finally, we've been really wanting this. The tech bow. You can look. It's gonna have different like things. Like you're gonna be able to switch from certain types of arrows. Like explosive, regular is gonna use one element as its, ammo. Now, tech pistol. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's really cool. I'm thinking it's going to use something kind of like the tech bow. I think it's going to have, like, different things that it does. 'Cause you can see the regular, then I think it may shoot, like, poison and then, like, heavy bullets. I don't know. I don't fully know that. Okay, ammo box. This is going to be kind of like a feeding trough, but for your turrets, basically. So place it down, put them in it, and turrets will use it. It's really cool, I'd say. Canoe. Yeah, I think you guys all know what a canoe does. You just ruin it. Not gonna go into depth with that. Incubator. So one that I think is really cool. So basically, you put your eggs in it, and then you set it to a certain temperature, and that will be the temperature. it'll hatch. And then it should hatch. If you did it right. So that's that. You got hover sail. You're going to be able to pick it up and deploy it. You can see this. It's gonna be I think like the tech hover board. Load out mannequin. I've been waiting for this. Finally they added in. So basically, you're gonna be able to put your armor on the mannequin. You'll be able to put your armor in it or on the mannequin. And then you can just take it out. Like, you can probably do a button. That'll just have you get all the armor. Take all the armor off. Like an extra place to store your armor. But only for your armor. Security system. That is what I was showing you. That was what he was using with the Noglin. To explore, like, look at the Noglin. So basically, you have the master area, which you like look around at different ones. Then you got different setups of like different modes it'll do. Like that's the flying, that's on the ground stable, and then that's the walking, I think. So yeah, that's really cool. I've been really wanting this. Like a security, and then tech crop pot. Not gonna lie, don't know what I think about this. I mean, let's be honest here. Is anyone gonna waste? I want to be honest. Let's be honest here. Is anyone gonna waste their resources on a tech crop pot? I don't think they would. I mean, unless if they're overflowing, it may have a seed that like can give you element. It would be cool. It can only like you have a seed that you have to place down and it has to be in a tech crop pot. It'll give you like element from harvesting it. These are the cosmetics right now in game. Got the chibi noggin, the chibi of the Noglin. Basically, if you have the seasonal pass, you'll get the Noglin chibi. Very cool looking. I actually have the chibi of it. Federation Expo bootskin. You have to get it from finding the little note things. It's really cool looking. So that's just the stuff that you can get in game now. So yeah, those are the items. Guys, this is the other creatures. This is the all other creatures and stuff that's going to be different. So we have the Ossoporthus. I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, it looks just like the space whale. I don't know what it is going to do. But I'm thinking it's going to do something similar to the space whale. Basically, the Astrothrolus from Genesis Part 1. But I think it's going to have something different. Maybe like, I don't know, new item or something, a new thing. So that's that. Now we got the Noglin. I was talking about this guy when I was explaining it and stuff. You can see the Noglin. That's that creature. See, it comes out with the tongue and pretty scary. Don't need to go. Shadowmane. This is the one I was talking about. This is just a better view at the Shadowmane. Give you a second to look at it. Yeah, like I said, I already explained it earlier in it. So that's the Shadowmane. Then the Strider. I want you to look. There are different attachments. Yeah, I talked about it, just you guys couldn't see it. Look, you can see attachments. So this is one of the attachments, and then this is the other. You can see that they're different. Now, other. These are different looking creatures. Be like a moment. So this is, I just like to call it the zebra, but the enthos. This is the dillo. Dilophosaur looks very cool. And this is the reaper, as you can see. Let's look at a few of these. You have to look at them in the book. So, this is the Brontosaurus, which is going to be different. It's just color. Look how cool that is. So that's that one. Now, compies. I've honestly never really used them. So this is what the compies are going to look like. Now, like the nice color pattern. I like it. Now, we've already got everything on close. Glow bug. This one's an interesting one. They changed the look of the glow bug. You can see it it's like blue now. Stuff. Not much to look about it. Pegnorus. Basically that super annoying bird that comes out. Yeah, this is what it's gonna look like in Genesis Part 2. Prelodon. Now we saw this one. This one's gonna come in multi-colors. But this is gonna be the one that you're mainly gonna find. Like cool and red looking. You got Quetzal. Which, very cool if you ask me. It's like blue and black. I like that. That's cool looking. Reaper? I mean, we've already pretty much gone over this, but I mean, that's what it may look like. That's what it's going to look like. I mean, some of these are just different options of looking. Like, different looks of him that are going to be added. You can see the Seeker's going to have, like, a little blue look. Well, I'm just going off of what I have here. That's the Seeker. Stego. The Stegosaurus. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, bro, that actually looks really cool. And you know, we just got an update with the Stegos. The woolly rhinos. It looks like they're just gonna have a different color. Like, different colored fur. That's pretty cool. So those are the creatures.